Hello, this is Marcia Hawkins, president of NewYorkShopExchange.com and VideoBroadcastServices.com, along with my vice president, Clouse. We also co-host our weekly radio program on Business Preparing for Business on the Preparedness Radio Network. Our radio program is a plethora of information for business owners ranging from financing to marketing and creative tools to help you open, expand a business, or assist you with any challenges you may have. Our weekly screencast is a condensed version of our radio program, designed to deliver information and resources to allow you to take required action to maximize your business's potential. Today, we're going to be discussing how to take command of your website. Now let's bring on my co-host, Clouse. Hi, Kyle.
Hey, Marcia. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I was wondering if you could give a brief overview of what exactly NewYorkShopExchange.com and VideoBroadcastServices.com is all about.
So NewYorkShopExchange.com is basically a do-it-yourself site where you can upload videos and sell products and services on the website, NewYorkShopExchange.com. And on the back end, we take that video and we syndicate it out across the internet for our members. VideoBroadcastServices.com is an all-inclusive video marketing for small to medium-sized business where we create, optimize, and broadcast videos on a massive scale for our clients. But we do it in such a way that they are optimized for the search engines, and we saturate the search engines with our clients' products and services and make sure that our clients are getting in front of their customers.
Absolutely. That's great. So that's a little bit about Kyle and I and what we do, and we would love to hear from you. You can always email us at info@videobroadcastservices.com or info@NewYorkShopExchange.com. And now we're going to talk about taking command of your website. Kyle and I would love to explain to you that it's imperative that you take charge of your website from its conception. In merely minutes, you can purchase your domain and hosting. Not only cost-effective, but it establishes ownership, intellectual property, and of course, access. Passing off an important task to your developer could be costly and a huge mistake down the road. And Kyle, can you talk a little bit about the importance of that?
Sure. So what most people do is when they hire a web developer, the web developer will, go for them, will purchase the domain for them. And there's several services out there that make this extremely easy to buy your own domain. One of them, probably the largest that everyone's familiar with is GoDaddy. We recommend Bluehost.com. But what business owners will typically do is they'll hire someone to go purchase that for them, to purchase their hosting for them. And then what happens is the owner of the actual website, who just hired someone to do that, they don't have real control over that. And what many business owners fall into is the developer ends up letting the domain expire. When that happens, your website's gone, especially if you have a premium domain. There's going to be people out there that are looking for that domain to expire so that they can purchase that. So it's very important that a business owner buys their own domain, uses their own credit card information, sets up the auto-renew so that the domain never does expire, and then also purchases their own hosting, which will save a lot of money and heartache in the future. Typically, developers will sell hosting to a business owner, and they'll sell it for $20 to $40 a month, when you can go buy your own hosting for $5 to $6 a month. And so there's a huge savings over time, and again, it comes back to you owning that and having complete control over that, and not outsourcing that or relinquishing that to someone else that in the future you have to try to track down and transfer your website over, updates to your website, so on and so forth. So it just saves a lot of time, a lot of hassle, and especially a lot of money.
Absolutely. I think there's a big assumption out there that a web developer will have graphic experience, web design capability, copy experience, and marketing skills. This is a huge mistake. All of the above skills are not intertwined. This is a very big falsehood and leads to major disappointments once the website is live. Expectations of heavy traffic and sales is met with frustration when you realize you need a different source and tap others to assist you with graphics, text writing, video production, SEO, and marketing of the website. Can you talk a little bit more about that, Kyle?
Yeah, so just because you build a website does not mean your website will be found. You can literally have $1 million product, you can have $1 million website, but if no one knows about that website, it does not it doesn't mean anything. It's not worth anything. And just because you build $1 million website does not mean that, Google, Bing, Yahoo, the other search engines are going to skyrocket that to the front of the search engines, because they're not. It has to be, the website itself has to be optimized, built in such a way that the on-site optimization is very clear and concise about what your product or business offering is. And so you can spend a lot of money building a website, but in and of itself, that doesn't mean anything. You still have to have the marketing for that website to drive traffic to that website. And that's where a lot of people run into frustrations. They hire a web developer thinking that the web developer, they're going to design my website, put it together, and they're going to market the website and know how to do that. And that's simply not the case. Most web developers don't understand the ins and outs of online marketing or how to get that website found on the major search engines. And that's what people use. When people are trying to find a product or service, where do they go to find that? What are they typing in to find that? They're going to a search engine. They're going to either Google, Bing, Yahoo, MSN, AOL. They all have their own search engines with their own algorithms, but that's what they're doing. They're going to a search engine, which is searching the internet for your product and service. And if your website is not developed in such a way, is not marketed in such a way, the people looking for your product and service simply will not be able to find it.
Oh, absolutely. Great advice. Now, many business owners simply try to pass off tasks that appear time-consuming yet are extremely important. The psychology of needing to housekeep one's business is an established thought process. The internet, while readily used and recognized as the most important piece of attracting new business and having an online presence, yet in the mindset of most business owners, is to just push it off to others and not educate themselves on not only ways to save money, but to market their websites, all while maintaining control over their online presence and reputation. And I know, Kyle and I know a lot about that.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, what we talk about a lot, Marcia, is, self-education. You don't have to be a novice web developer or a novice, content writer or internet marketer, but it's important to at least understand and know the basics so that when you go to hire someone that's going to do those tasks for you, you're able to really understand the language that they're talking. You're able to understand if they really know what they're talking about, and you're not just hiring someone who's a newbie themselves. So there's a lot of key things that play into this. Just understanding the basics will help you to hire the right people, understanding if what they're doing is, the correct methodology for marketing your website on the internet. You'll also be able to understand the natural process of your website. When someone goes to your website, what's the end result that you're looking for? What do you want them to do on your website? What are you wanting them to, are you wanting them to contact you, to purchase something from you, to fill out a form? There's a lot of different things that websites are doing, and it's important that you understand what the process of your website is. So when someone comes to your website, what's the ultimate goal of having them go through, from process A, or from point A to point B? What do you want them to accomplish in that as they're on your website? So understanding the basics of these things will help you to make more educated and smarter decisions. And it all comes back to turning off the TV at night and educating yourself on just the basics of building a website, the basics of writing script, the basics of funnel systems, the basics of internet marketing, so that when you hire people to do the real in-depth things for you, you're able to do that on a smarter level, a more educated level, and really hold them accountable for the work that they're doing for you.
Or even better, build it yourself, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You can absolutely. If we live in an information age, and to learn how to build your own website and to educate yourself on doing that, you go to Google, type in how to build a website, and you'll be flooded with information on how to do that.
Just a matter of setting the time aside to do it and educate yourself and push out a good product and push out a website that is what you need, not necessarily what looks pretty. And
Exactly.
Making sure that you're adding the functionality into that and having the ownership of it, which is so important. Well, we'd like to thank you for joining us here today. We sure hope this information in our future webcasts provide you with the information you need to obtain the success you've always envisioned for yourself. Many of our broadcasts are merely tools and resources to assist you in making well-informed decisions and avenues and ideas to help with that. Video broadcast service are tailor-made video marketing system for your business that needs the extra edge, exposure, and creative presence on the internet. And of course, we have our do-it-yourselfer, NewYorkShopExchange.com. Get your business listed. Upload your own marketing video and allow us to market your business like never before. We sure look forward to our next presentation, and of course, if you need additional information or service, you may contact us at info@NewYorkShopExchange.com or info@VideoBroadcastServices.com.